All right, so for these word problems, which I think there's only 5 of them, the first one that we're going to try is to find the height of a tree. So a person walks 48 feet from the base of a tree, and we're going to assume that the tree is at right angles to the ground. So this person walks 48 feet from the base of the tree. There's an angle of 59 degrees. So here's 59 degrees between the line of sight to the top of the tree, okay, and the ground. So this is the line of sight to the top of the tree, and this is the ground. And we're supposed to find the height of the tree. So what do we know? We know that we're looking for the opposite side, and we're given adjacent. Okay, so what trig function has the relationship of opposite and adjacent? That's going to be tangent. So tangent theta is opposite over adjacent, and we are looking for opposite. So I have tangent of 59 degrees is going to equal opposite over 48. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 48. So that gives me 48 times the tangent of 59 degrees is going to equal that opposite side. So 48, remember to make sure you're in degrees. Okay. So, oops, sorry, what did I just do? What have I done? All right, so we have 48 tangent of 59. I just turned the whole thing off. 48 tangent of 59, dadgummit. And what we have is 79.89 feet. So 79.89 feet is how tall the tree is. Okay. So how long of a ladder is needed to reach a window 31 feet above the ground if the ladder rests against the building, making an angle of 9 pi over 20. And I want to know how long the ladder is. So this is the ladder. This is the height of the building. And it's making an angle of 9 pi over 20. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and change that 9 pi over 20, which is in radians. I'm going to change that to degrees. So remember to change it to degrees. You cannot see what I'm writing. To change it to degrees, we want to kill off the pi's. So 20 goes into 180 9 times. So I get 9 times 9 is 81 degrees. Okay, so the pi's reduced. 180 divided by 20 is 9, and 9 times 9 is 81 degrees. So now I don't have to worry about messing around with my calculator. This is just 81 degrees. And I am looking, the information that I have is I've got the opposite, and I'm looking for a hypotenuse. So what trig function relates opposite and hypotenuse? That's going to be the sine. So sine theta equals opposite over hypotenuse. I'm looking for hypotenuse. So now I have the sine of 81 degrees is going to equal opposite, which is 31, over hypotenuse. So I'm going to multiply both sides by the hypotenuse. So the hypotenuse reduces on the right. So I have the hypotenuse times the sine of 81 equals 31. And I'm going to divide both sides by sine 81. So that reduces, and I'm left with the hypotenuse must be 31 over the sine of 81. Okay, so clear. 31 divided by the sine of 81 degrees is going to give me 31.38. Okay, So 81 degrees is really close to 90. So this is almost actually like this. Okay. So my drawing was pretty trashy, but the actual drawing would be something like that. Okay. So let's try another one. Hang on, I'm looking for one. Making sure we cover everything. All right, a 31-foot ladder. Leans up against a building. So this time, the ladder is 31 feet, and the angle between the ground and the ladder is 78 degrees. How high does the ladder reach up the side of the building? So I'm looking to see how tall this thing is when it hits the side of the building. And we're going to round to the nearest hundredth. So what do we know? I know opposite and I know hypotenuse. So that tells me I should use the sine function. So sine theta equals opposite over hypotenuse. So the sine of 78 degrees equals opposite over 31. I'm going to multiply both sides by 31, so it'll reduce on the right and appear on the left. So 31 times the sine of 78 degrees will give me that opposite side. So now I've got 31 times the sine of 78. Oop, good heavens, is 30.32. Is the opposite side. All right, so this next one, I'm going to give us a full sheet of paper just so that we've got plenty of room to write. So I have a 60-foot tall monument. So here's 60 feet. Tall monument is located in the distance. From a window in the building, in a building, a person determines that the angle of elevation to the top of the monument is 16 degrees. So we're going to go this way, and this is going to be 16 degrees. And then the angle of depression to the bottom of the monument is going to be 3 degrees. Okay, so this person right here, if they look up, they're going to tilt their head back 16 degrees. If they look down, they're going to tilt their head forward about 3 degrees. So we want to know how far away are we from the monument. So first of all, I'm going to set this up. I don't know how tall these individual pieces are. I do know that they have to add together to get 60. So I'm going to make this one as 60 minus y, and I'm going to make this one y. Okay, so 60 minus y is how tall this part is, and y is how tall this part is. So if I add those together, I get 60 feet. So now what do I know? I am trying to find out, now I know that this little piece can be related to this piece, and this little piece can be related to this piece. So we're going to call this length x, and we are looking for x. Okay? So the next thing that we're going to do is we are going to take the tangent, because tangent is opposite over adjacent, and tangent is opposite over adjacent. So the tangent of 16 degrees is going to equal 60 minus y over x. And the tangent of 3 degrees is going to be y over x. And I want to solve both of these for x. Okay, so I'm going to multiply this side by x. So that reduces here. So I have x times the tangent of 16 equals 60 minus y. I'm going to divide both sides by tangent 16. Tangent 16 is a number. Okay, it's the tangent of 16 degrees, so that is a number. So it reduces on the left, so now I know what x equals. X equals 60 minus y over the tangent of 16. I'm going to do the same thing over here. So I'm going to multiply both sides by x, which means it's going to reduce on the right and appear on the left. So I have x times the tangent of 3 is going to equal y. I'm going to divide both sides by tangent 3. So now I've got x also equals y over the tangent of 3. So I know what x is. I know what it is two different ways, which means I can take this chunk and I can set it equal to this chunk. So if x is this thing and if x is that thing, then these two things must be equal. So I have 60 minus y over the tangent of 16 equals y over the tangent of 3. Okay? Well, now I want to solve for y. I've got this down into terms of one variable. So before I had two variables working, x's and y's. Well, now I've just got y's. So I'm going to cross multiply. So I have y times the tangent of 16 equals, watch your parentheses here. So remember that tangent 16 is a number and tangent 3 is a number. So I'm trying to get y by itself. I'm going to distribute this tangent 3 to both terms. So I have y times the tangent of 16 equals 60 times the tangent of 3 minus y times the tangent of 3. So reality says I've got this chunk equal to this chunk minus this chunk. Because tangent 3 is a number, tangent 3 is a number, tangent 16 is a number. So I'm trying to get y's by themselves. So I'm going to add this term over to the other side. So add y tangent 3 to both sides. That does not make the tangent of 19. Okay, what that makes is I've got y tangent 16 plus y tangent 3 is going to equal to 60 tangent 3. So if these are not like terms, then factor out what's common. So that's a little trick to take with you into future math classes. If you can't add these together, factor out what's common. So they both have a y, and that's going to leave me with tangent 16 plus tangent 3 equals 60 times the tangent of 3. And now y is almost by itself. This says y times that mess. So I'm going to divide both sides by tangent 16 plus tangent 3. So it reduces on the left and it appears on the right. So be very careful when you put this in your calculator. What you want to do is put that in parentheses, okay? And we're going to use that information. So I have y equals, so 60 tangent 3 times the tangent of 3. Get that answer. Divided by parentheses, the tangent of 16 plus the tangent of 3. So tangent 16 plus tangent 3. And then close your parentheses. And then hit enter. And we get 9.27, 15. So 9.27, 15, 24, 14. Okay, that's what y is. We're looking for x. Dadgummit. Okay, so come back up here. X is the same thing as y over the tangent of 3. And I'm not going to use this one just because it's messier. So I'm looking for x. I'm looking for this horizontal part of the triangles right here. And x equals y over the tangent of 3. Well, I happen to know what y is. It is 9.27152414. So I'm going to divide that by the tangent of 3, and that's going to give me 176.91 feet. So that is how far the window is from the monument. All right, and that is it. That covers all the word problems. So let me know if y'all have questions.